Today, we are experiencing what is a housing crisis. Politicians alike will tell you that this is merely growing pains amidst a provincial boom. In reality, this existing situation has escalated. A crisis created by developers, landlords, big business, and their government, the Conservative and Liberal parties of Alberta. What has quickly become a crisis was caused by a lack of government support, turning a blind eye to us, the working class, instead choosing to focus on the ruling elite, choosing to convert our already meager supply of apartments into condominiums. The production of $500,000 housing, commercial and industrial developments made on the backs of the working class. We built these houses. Now they are being used against us as a class weapon, furthering our descent into what has become the working homeless. The reality of our present situation is that our elected leaders knew this was coming, and yet turned their backs as they allowed for rents to increase gastronomically, ignoring the 10 cities promising affordable housing for the future, a vague choice of wording, which apparently means housing $300,000 to $400,000 or more. The party in power today is the party of the ruling capitalist elite, among whom the landlords being the most parasitic. The landlord-tenant relationship is always exploitive of the rank and file. Working people, we're kidding ourselves if we believe any different. Landlords already make so much equity, and with Alberta's housing boom are now profiting to an obscene margin, lining their pockets while expecting us to be grateful for the housing seldom can afford. It is not only our right, but our duty as working people to fight for the cease of landlordism, the end of private property, and to claim universal housing, not as a wish, but a demand. The time for action is now. As the industrial workers of the world say, direct action gets the goods. It is time to assume our voice and organize within ourselves and our communities, empowering each other with one unifying voice, instead of begging the government in the form of lobbying, whom in turn is going to methodically suck us dry of our energy with an endless tirade of meetings and reactionary promises. We keep looking towards political power for guidance and hope, trusting them with blind faith, while they continue to turn their pompous eye on the poor, the working homeless, and the rank and file. Let us take a moment to examine just whose hands exactly we're putting our future in. The Conservative Party spits in our face with callous indifference and criminal incompetence, threatening to remove even more of our freedom. The Liberal Party fills our ears with false promises, simultaneously lining their pockets with our hard-earned cash. The NDP encourages us to lobby, more interested in modeling itself into its Liberal counterpart than to fight for the needs of the people. Only when we are ready to assume our power and fight for the elimination of a system forcing us to beg for housing and be thankful for these landlords who do minimal work and profit to a grotesque amount while we slave to make a living wage, will we reclaim our dignity and rights as people, as citizens, as contributing members of humanity. Only then will we truly experience real democracy and reap the benefits of the housing boom. Fellow workers, let us come together in solidarity for one fight, one class, and steps towards real freedom for all. No slaves, no masters!